Gold just realized its biggest yearly gain since 2010, and Wall Street says it's going even higher. Heading into 2025, JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs are both forecasting $3,000 an ounce gold and paltry returns for stocks. Call the proud Americans of the Patriot Gold Group today before it's too late. Mention the Still Report, and you'll always get best-in-class service from Patriots protecting patriots. Call 888-753-1647 for a free investor guide today. Patriot Gold Group is Consumer Affairs' top-rated gold IRA dealer 7 years in a row. Call 888-753-1647. Good sunny morning. Oh sun, oh beautiful one. I'm still reporting on the most joyous move just made by Trump. Yesterday, President Trump announced Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, had arrived at the Internal Revenue Service, or IRS, certainly the most hated of all government agencies. President Trump announced the move to surprised reporters at the White House yesterday. The Internal Revenue Service will be looked at like everybody else. Trump applauded the work of DOGE so far. Apparently, after getting an initial report on the surprise entry by the DOGE assault team yesterday, Trump elaborated briefly. It's an amazing job they're doing. I call it the force of super geniuses. They're very smart people. We need smart people. In August of 2022, a CNN story said that the Democrats' Inflation Reduction Act called for giving the IRS $80 billion to hire 87,000 new IRS enforcement agents over a decade to increase auditing of middle-class taxpayers that would only bring in an additional $124 billion during that time period. According to the Government Accountability Office, GAO, IRS audit rates for people with less than $25,000 a year in income were 5 times higher than for high-income taxpayers. So 1 year later, in August of 2023, a concerned Congress cut $21 billion over 10 years from the previous allocation to the IRS, and the remaining monies were to be focused on new taxes placed on tips. However, candidate Trump then announced that his new policy would be no tax on tips. However, none of the numbers emitted by the IRS seemed solid. They just didn't add up. And that is apparently one of the reasons Trump sent in the DOGE team to finally get reliable numbers from the IRS so that decisions could be made on whether the president should shut down the IRS entirely. That is the background which led reporters to ask Trump yesterday whether he planned on shuttering the IRS permanently. Trump responded that he did not expect to shut down the IRS because it was currently processing 2024 tax income. However, doing away with the IRS entirely would surely become among the most popular moves Trump has ever made. Even determining how much money the IRS took in last year is difficult. But apparently, after issuing tax refunds of $660 billion, that's a sizable chunk of the national income. Whether President Trump can balance the national budget without it is the question. However, added into the equation, President Trump must consider how feared and hated the IRS has become, now even threatening to arm a larger percentage of its collection agents. That fear increased dramatically after seeing federal agents perform a surprise early morning raid on the very home of President Trump, where they planted fake top-secret documents and tried to prosecute him for it. The government has yet to pay a price for that, and closing the IRS completely would be a fair and appropriate price to pay. If the president included shutting down the Fed and replacing Federal Reserve notes with debt-free United States notes, he could not only balance the U.S. budget into perpetuity, but pay off at least 60% of the national debt without making any further changes during his remaining time as president. However, the president could even totally pay off the national debt by accelerating the repayment schedule of the government's bonded indebtedness. I'm still reporting from just outside the citadel of world freedom. Good day.